Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the other arcade game, Nickelodeon's arcade game, Wrath of the Mutants on the PlayStation 4. This game was obtained from the Maryland Library System. This one's probably a YTF. I want to say, okay, apparently this was an arcade game that was released. I don't know when it got released, but I guess they made an arcade game just in time for the movie, which came out in 2023, the stop-motion looking film. The CGI film that looked like it was stop motion that came out in 2023 that I never saw. I kept saying I was going to get around to it. Look, there has never been a good Ninja Turtles movie, has there? No, there hasn't. None of them have been good. Now, the TV shows have been of varying quality, as you would expect. And I must concede as a Turtle Maniac since back in the day that the Ninja Turtles, the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtle series that came on in the post-Teen Titans era, the Ciro Norelli, I forgot how to pronounce his name. He was a producer on Teen Titans. He moved to Nickelodeon and worked on this show. It's arguably the most consistently good show that they ever did. I'm a massive fan of the original series. Its quality varied wildly. And when I say wildly, I mean you get some of the best episodes of 80s television of all time, and then a couple of years later it moves to CBS, it becomes more syndicated, and it's kind of a mess at that point. I mean, by the time the series ended in 96, it was a freaking mess. But at that point, it was kind of like it was just kind of coasting. It was coasting to the end of its phenomenon. You can't really blame them for, like, mailing it in at some point. Late great David Wise was credited for developing the version that I grew up watching, not this version. But again, I think this Nickelodeon version turned out to be arguably a more consistent show than the original show. It's an example. It's the big difference between the way they used to make these shows and the way that they make them now. The Ninja Turtles series was clearly a product of its era. It's clearly a late 80s, early 90s animated cartoon for kids. Nickelodeon, in terms of the production, I want to say this Ninja Turtle series was animated in India, I want to say. I think was this out in Bangalore, I think it was? But that's not really the issue. The issue is this game any good? The answer is probably not. We'll start over from the beginning. We'll go hard. We can't play hard mode because you have to beat the game at normal difficulty. Let's not kid ourselves about what kind of game this is. As I said, it's a belt scroller. Thankfully, there's a nice little stage select mode. I always like to see stuff like that in games like this, because some stages are better than others, so it's nice to have a choice as to how you want to make your way through the game. You aren't going to make an open world game, and then, well, they tried to make an open world Ninja Turtles game, and they canceled that and made a regular platinum game, I suppose. It's Beast Boy. So we'll play as Beast Boy. We'll swap between the characters. You can switch characters after you die. There's no real distinction between the characters from what I've seen. Yes, thanks. I played as Leonardo, Raphael, and there was no major difference between them. Maybe Donatello's going to be different. I don't know. I'll try him out later. For people who know the original arcade game, all the turtles were palette swaps, except for Raphael, who had a roll kick, because I guess he wasn't strong enough to do the regular attacks. Okay, so this is a bit of a wrinkle. So it's kind of like. So yeah, this is the sewer. This is a traditional sewer surfing level. So it's not unlike what you would have seen in the New York level, which is the one level I've played so far. That was a traditional belt scrolling level. This is similar to that, despite the fact that we're on these. I forgot what do you call these things? So yeah. You have that, you get the special pizza, and you get to do a special attack. Okay, so what were the controls again? Attack, jump kick. There's a spin attack, which I haven't done yet. I mean, that's pretty much all there is. Press both buttons simultaneously for the spin attack. Okay, so it doesn't eat any health unless I hit an enemy, I guess. Okay, that spin attack didn't do any damage, so that's good. So I guess I can do that freely, right? But yeah, you're just mashing on the attack buttons. This is just like the first Ninja Turtles game. There's no dashing in this game. You can't play with the D-pad. Like, this is kind of like the Ubisoft reshelled version of the Turtles in Time game. Because you can move in 360 degrees, despite the fact that it's a belt scroller. But the main problem is that there are only, unlike that game, there are only 3 moves. You can't dash. There are no dash attacks like in the Turtles in Time arcade game. You can grapple enemies and throw them over your head. There are no insta-kills when you do that, though.
Goodbye, bro.
So when you can finish off your combo by doing that arm slam, but unlike in Turtles in Time, it doesn't kill every enemy it touches. But it does weaken them. So I guess it's kind of like a punch, but it's not an insta-kill move like it is in the Turtles in Time arcade game. It's not some massively overpowered attack. The triangle button is for my turtle power attack, which is a screen clearing attack, which we'll see in a second. Ow! Bastard. Where's the triangle button? So it's a screen clearing bomb. Leonardo does a katana tornado. I'll take that. So that fills up my health. Oh, mousers? Got him. Again, there's not much to this. I mean, this is pretty much the entire game. Press both attack buttons for a spin attack. Again, if you can finish off, if you get and you can randomly throw enemies towards the screen. But like I said, in the Super NES game, you can do it on command. That is not a command throw in this game, at least not to my knowledge. But it just feels random.
Enemy detected. Red alert.
Are you ready for my hot nunchuck fury?
Hey, stop it. Of course, in the original series, Chrome Dome was just like a boss character, like a 10-foot tall boss character they brought out for one episode. But again, remember, the original show was even more of a toy commercial than the Nickelodeon show was. But again, the difference being that they wanted to do something a little bit more sophisticated than the original show was. So props to them. I don't remember if Chrome Dome was interesting as a character. I don't remember that episode. But I did see, like, what, maybe... I saw, like, a couple dozen episodes. Okay, okay, so last life. We'll switch Turtles when we're done.
I can take these punks with my eyes closed.
Ow. I guess there's a bit of strategy to this, I don't know. Now, the obvious question is, how does this game compare to Shredder's Revenge? And the answer is Shredder's Revenge is it's a much tighter game. You know, much larger moveset, arguably much better combat. This just feels very, like, conventional. A Shredder's Revenge feels like a more fair game. A tighter, more fair game. We're going with Leonardo. Mad love to Rob Paulsen for keeping it in the family. He was a great Raphael, obviously, but the new version of the Ninja Turtles obviously made Raphael the puckish rogue, I guess. The angry Wolverine, the loose cannon. So, Paulsen is not that kind of voice actor. He is the sarcastic guy. But here in this show, he's playing the nerd, and I think he's up there with Barry Gordon. Barry Gordon is always like the uber nerd when it came to 80s cartoon characters. And he was, he was great in SWAT Cats. He was great in playing Donatello in Ninja Turtles. He was great as Rob Simmons in Mighty Orbots. And Rob Paulsen's living the dream, playing the geek, the dude who does machines in the Nickelodeon version. Yeah, again, I think this is more. I mean, first of all, he's like a 60-year-old man playing this teenager. He can still get it done though. So pour one out for Rob. Well, he's not dead. Give it up for Rob Paulsen. We're not gonna pour one out till he's dead. He'll be playing teenagers in his 70s. It's wild. Which reminds me, did Cree Summer Franks ever play in an animated series with Rob Paulsen? She had to have. Because she was never in Phantom 2040 like Rob Paulsen was. And if she was, I don't know when. I'm kind of shocked she never wound up in that FAM 2040 show. Yeah, Paulson was playing basically a Gundam character. He was playing a space station space station separatist. Okay, we got a problem. But yeah, I'm drawing. I mean, they've had to have crossed paths a couple of times because they've done so many shows. Like Kree's been in the game since like the Inspector Gadget era. Like she was playing Penny as like an 8-9-year-old. Like I think that was her first gig, was playing Penny and Inspector Gadget. And now of course she's playing like, you know, everyone. She plays like all the animated characters these days. Like what's she doing these days? That's a good question. I mean, I think most people will recognize her voice. Bada boom. Bada boom shakalaka. Yeah, what is Kree Summer Frank's doing? Yeah, I gotta look that up. She might even be doing one of the she might even be playing Elmira in the new Ninja Turtle in the new Tiny Toons series. But yeah, I think back in the day Paulson was doing like I was in the middle of a canned animation there. I don't know how I could have canceled that. I mean, it doesn't feel like I'm able to like avoid a lot of these hits. I mean, I guess I can just play cleaner. I'm kind of slopping through this. But yeah, like Paulson was doing I think he was in Voltron. And then he was playing a couple of super upbeat characters on Gummy Bears. Like he was playing like the annoyingly upbeat cloying character. I forgot what his name was. I think he was the inventor. We got 7 of these. Okay, I can't pick that up. Oh well. Let's pretend I need it. Okay. Triangle. Maybe I should have done this instead of actually throwing the throwing stars, but whatever. It's an insta kill, whatever.
Too cool. Whoa! I love eating it.
Okay, that's a nice touch. getting dizzy while he's doing the voice acting. So they got the original VAs for this game, so that's good. So they got Beast Boy, Greg Sipes. They got Raphael from the original show, Rob Paulson. I don't know who the other, like I don't know who plays Raphael. I don't recognize his voice. He's probably done other stuff in the past. I just don't remember what. So you double tap the jump button for a jump attack? That's interesting. Yeah, or you press the attack button in the midair for a jump kick. Triangle. See, this feels very sloppy. It doesn't feel like... I mean, maybe I can play the game a bit tighter. But it just kind of feels like I'm tanking damage. Metalhead's on our team now.
All of them.
As is Leatherhead. No Ninja Frogs in the Nickelodeon series, right? Because they were in the original show. And honestly, they never quite... I don't think they ever quite solved that problem of how to make them interesting characters.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, like, I mean, what was interesting is that Michael Reeves, you know, the great Michael Reeves, was doing a few episodes where he introduced the mutant frogs, but they were just never interesting characters, which is wild to me. Again, I understand the guy didn't always get the time he needed to make a good script, but on the Ninja Turtles show, I'm not sure. He had a couple of good episodes, I recall. I think he did the Mean Machines episode. You know, the plot everyone knows from a David Wise series. There was always the joke is that there was always a David Wise script. There was always a David Wise script where like machines would run wild, and the heroes would have to take them over. Like there was always that script. And who was it? I picked the wrong guy. And so like he did that with Kremzeek. He did it with Zap Attack and Mighty Ducks. He did it with a couple of other shows. I'm trying to remember. But strangely enough, Michael Reeves wound up doing that script. That turtle power meter charges every time I attack an enemy, so it's like an ultimate meter in a SNK fighting game. But yeah, it's like, eventually at some point the enemies don't get stun locked anymore, and then... Ow. It's like at some point the enemies don't get stun locked anymore, and they just start counterattacking you, so there's not much you can do. Triangle. Nope, not ready yet. Not full yet. Ow. So I guess I can try to get behind him.
Shell-shocked. Turtle power.
Yeah, I should have used that before I lost my life. But yeah, it just feels very sloppy. It doesn't feel like I can survive very long. Like, is this a game you can 1cc? Maybe. It's just kind of hard to, like, figure out how to come up with safe ways to survive.
You're finished. You hear me?
Like, it doesn't feel like there are very reliable ways to build damage, and it doesn't feel like there are very reliable ways to pile on damage without taking hits in return, without getting counterattacked.
Time to go, boys.
So we beat the first level. This is the sewer level, okay. So again, it's a stage select. So I guess we'll finish off with the New York City stage. But yeah, this game doesn't have like a plot like the arcade game where, you know, April gets kidnapped, and then Splinter gets kidnapped, and then you have to blow up the Technodrome, and that's pretty much the plot. So here they just do a stage select, which is fine by me. That was a silver trophy for this. Booyakasha. That was Booyashaka. Was it Booyashaka or Booyakasha? I'm pretty sure it's Booyashaka. From the Booyah tribe. And honestly, yeah. Okay, now, duh. It's a Teen Titans homage. So yeah, instead of saying Booyah, they say Booyashaka. Because the kids love that stuff. So we'll go to the amusement park. Okay, fun fact, Turtle Maniacs. What episode took place at an amusement park? From the original show, I don't remember any. There might have been some terrible ones. Wasn't there an episode where, like, April had... Wasn't there, like, there was an episode, I think, where April had, like, a doppelganger? Who was, like, royalty, I think? But I don't think they took her to an amusement park. Didn't the second season, the second season with the Eye of Sarnoff, did that take place at an amusement park somewhere? No, I guess not. Okay, let's go. Yeah, this feels very samey. Like, is it better than the original arcade game? Well, the problem is, first of all, the frame rate's terrible. Like, it's very blurry, so we're talking like 25 to 40 frames a second. It's not great performance on this. I mean, it has more moves than the first arcade game. And it kind of has the same problem with the combat being kind of mashy, where it feels like you're slicing jelly. Okay, Raphael's pretty fast. So I guess there is some distinction between the characters.
You guys can do better than that.
Yeah, Raphael should be the fastest. It's canon. Or did I just pick up a power-up that made me run faster?
Heads up, bros. Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, you can do the whole all these moves where you do the arm slam or the throw them at the screen. They feel random, like in the Ninja Turtles 2 arcade game. So I would say the Ninja Turtles, I would say the Super NES version of Ninja Turtles or Turtles in Time is the better game, which isn't saying much, but it's tighter than this. But I would say the combat here feels tighter than the first arcade game does. Yeah, I mean, I can admit that. The first arcade game was really simplistic, y'all. So yeah, like the first arcade game, I can throw a teddy bear. Why not? Can I pick up the teddy bear again?
You guys can do better than that.
See, I was trying to do the arm slam and it didn't work.
Shell shock. Rumble time. Yeah.
Here. Ow! Darn it. Don't need the pizza now. I gotta grab it anyway. If I can take one extra hit.
Too much pizza.
I take one extra hit. So yeah, did this game come out when the Mutant Mayhem movie came out? Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Although I think there was a sequel. Wasn't there a Mutant Mayhem video game that came out recently? Well, that means 2024 this game came out. I mean, no one's talking about it, though. And I'm pretty sure this won't be on the Digital Foundry Game of the Year list like Shredder's Revenge was. Because again, I mean, that was a much tighter game. More stuff to do. You know, more meat on its bones. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that was an amazing game. I think I sold it already. I'll double check. I found it at a good price, so I ended up buying it, and I didn't really play it very much. It's at every library, so I'm not going to complain. Yeah, we hit him with the bear. There he is. Okay, you got to jump kick those guys. Is he going to lose interest? No. There we go. We need the turtle power in a second. Next mob gets the turtle power. Ow! Yeah, that could have killed me.
Wanted destruction. I love it.
I think he meant wanton destruction. Okay. Oh, that's a Leatherhead buff.
Looks like I can call in some help.
Should have used that earlier. Should have grabbed that earlier. Oh yeah, so it's like Maximum Carnage. You pick up an icon, but here you can't use it. You can't use it at will. You can't like store it for later, then unleash it later. You have to use it as soon as you pick it up. So you can't hold it for a boss fight or something. Which again contributes to the idea that this is just kind of a really simplistic arcade game. You can't hold on to like stuff like that, like you can in, you know, Maximum Carnage, for example. Again, like, it would be nice if you could hold that and save it for later. Like those secondary weapons you pick up. Like, it'd be nice if you can hold that and use it later. I mean, then again, you can't do that in Shredder's Revenge either.
Heads up, bros.
So yeah, ranking of Ninja Turtles games. This is better than the NES game, which is just trash. Like, it's just trash. Like, the first NES game is just, I mean, look, I owned it. I played it, like, for, like, dozens of hours. I hated it. I had a Game Genie and a NES Game Atlas map. I hated it. It's a terrible video game. If it wasn't a Ninja Turtles game, no one would like it. Though it did look good. It had pretty good music, and it had some pretty good visuals. It's a terrible game. So it's better. So this is better than that. I need to play. Yeah, I did make a video of the original NES game. Like, I got to the first 2 stages, so we'll do that later. So I'm out of lives. So we'll go to Leonardo now. So I guess we'll sample all the stages. I don't know.
Ooh, it's all over but the falling down, chump.
Chomp. Oh, it's an igloo. Hit him with the igloo. Yeah, whatever. Get a turtle.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like Shredder's Revenge was probably. Whoa! Wow. Did he grapple me out of that? Like, did he grab me during the jump kick? What was that? I'm gonna have to turn up the music. Creep.
What did you say?
Does he sing like the creep in Galaxy High? Ow. Can't do turtle power yet. Try a thing. Guess jump kicks might work.
Heads up.
Look out! So you might need a jump kick for an instant knockdown, I guess.
It's go time.
Ow! Turtle power.
Turtle power. Hey.
So we just keep jump kicking repeatedly.
Slice and dice.
Yeah, careful. Oh, now they say jump. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. How many more do I have? 2 left. Oh, that was a bit late. Avoided that one. So I think I need a jump kick to bring him down. Whoops, careful. Am I invincible? No, because I was just out of health.
It's go time.
Ah, got me. And he's down. Womp.
Well, that's the last we'll see of him.
So let's try. We have 1 continue left, huh? That's too bad. Let's try a thing. I guess we'll turn down the voiceover a tiny bit. Combat sounds. Alright. Music might be alright. Heads up.
Cowabunga!
Too bad I wasn't around during the boss. See, all of those are the same. They're just like the turtle power pieces in the second Ninja Turtles arcade game. And so, I mean, like, it feels weird to say this game is worse than the Konami games, because the Konami games weren't that great either, as far as the arcade games. I mean, the second game, you know, like I said, was a bit tighter, I would argue. Honestly, I think the hit detection here is a little bit better. So it's probably better than those 2 arcade games. At least in the arcade game, you can do dash attacks. But again, that game was completely unbalanced. Even the Super NES game was really unbalanced. Let's save that turtle power for later. Okay, here they come.
Turtle power!
Tried to wait for the mob. So again, it's a screen clearing bomb, but it's like it all has the same. It's like in the X-Men arcade game. Like all of the special attacks have the same effect.
Watch your step, boys. It's pretty dark in here.
So yeah, out of the recent brawlers, I mean, I think like Shredder's Revenge seemed really interesting. Like I get a really good fluid combat in that. I remember really liking Double Dragon Gaiden more than I thought I would. Because it seemed like they were trying. They were trying to get out of this, walk to the left and beat things. Like they were trying to like add some more meat onto that. They tried adding some roguelite elements. Like they tried adding like some character progression. Like they tried adding some depth to that kind of game that you usually don't get. I mean, in my opinion, the best of these games might be like your Arkham Cities and your Shadow of Mordors. You know, not these. Like the games that get out of the whole side-scrolling, belt-scrolling, mash on the attack button thing. Like games where you actually have to make significant tactical decisions like that, like a Arkham City. Like Arkham City is an open world. Arkham City and obviously Shadow of Mordor are open world games. They're just doing way more. It's just that the main method of combat is the brawling, the mob management. But those games just do a way better job of it. There's only one guy on screen, so it'd be nice if I can bring that. Okay, now they're here. It would be nice if I can collect that and then use it later. Again, because remember, this game came out in 2024. Like, we're not making an old arcade game here. You can add more meat to this stuff. Arguably, it's more stuff you have to balance. Like, if you have power-ups like that, just say, like, look, you can't use it on a boss, or say that you can't use it, or, like, you can't take it with you to the next level. That's how you balance that stuff. Don't let people hoard a bunch of these. Or make people have to hunt for them. Like, make people have to, like, fall down manholes to get that stuff, you know? Who are we gonna use it? I guess we're gonna go back to Michelangelo, huh? So we're gonna crank up the music a little bit. Turn that down a little bit. So we'll hear all the music sounds. That's my audio. It's fine. I guess it's just soft. Heads up. So yeah, I mean this... I cannot, in all honesty, say that this is worse than the original Konami arcade game. Or the NES ports. It feels a bit meatier than those. So I'll say that as far as the combat goes. A smaller moveset than the second arcade game, though. The controls are tighter, but they're not as tight as they are in the Super NES port of that arcade game. So I guess Hyperstone Heist might be a better game than this. I do need to play. I never got around to playing Hyperstone Heist. I did beat it. I just didn't do any commentary for it. I was trying to get a feel for it. But yeah, it's pretty much like I would basically describe it as Turtles in Time, a Turtles in Time ROM hack. That's basically all it is. It's like you take these wide open areas, you just change the backgrounds.
I always wanted to see a turtle without a shell.
Yeah, I don't remember where Toko was.
You know this is gonna hurt, right? Let's crack some shells. Get out of my way.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, these special attacks they're dumb, but I understand what they're trying to do. Okay, it's a screen clearing bomb. Well, what should their screen clearing bomb be? Well, every character should have like a unique screen clearing attack. I'm like, okay. Okay, I saw that hitch. That was weird. I think he knocked me into the screen.
You know this is gonna hurt, right?
Ow. Excuse me.
How dare you?
Yeah, you gotta dodge. Gotta stick and move. Ah, careful. Okay, one last hit.
Try harder. Let's crack some shells. How about that?
Ah, didn't dodge that.
This is it. Goodbye, bro.
Stop it!
I do like Greg's voice. Greg is the perfect voice for Michelangelo, really. But that was kind of the... I remember when Teen Titans first premiered, the whole pitch was they're teenagers who like eating pizza. Like, that was the pitch.
You know this is gonna hurt, right?
At least the original Cartoon Network pitch is that the original ads were like, yeah, they're all about fighting evil and grabbing the last slice of pizza.
I could take these punks with my
So yeah,
Don't ever call
whoops.
me dog.
What up, dog? Down, dog.
Game over, boy.
Hey, Bebop, is that all you got? The subtitle said. Is that a gold trophy or a bronze trophy for a night at the fair? I can't tell. Items picked up, boss bonus, combo bonus, whatever. So we can save this game as we go, right? But I think we kind of get the idea, don't we? Krang with 2 A's. I didn't know that was the whole thing. You gotta spell it right, nerds. So where am I? Mikey, okay. What, do you play as the bosses? Maybe they have a different moveset. Maybe it's a more interesting way to play the game. I don't know. Dimension X. Didn't I get a high score in the sewer? Yeah, Don. There he goes. Okay, it's interesting, I suppose. So I guess I didn't die as quickly, and I beat the boss. So that's good. Well, I thought I did die during the boss. Okay, so... TCRI. We might just bounce out of this stage if I die pretty quickly. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, this game pretty much is what you would expect. It's gonna be like an hour and a half of this, and maybe you can unlock the hard difficulty, and maybe there are a few more stages after this. I don't know, but
Build a button by fighting bad guys. You can unleash turtle power.
well, I'm pretty sure I knew how to do that because we've made it this far. I mean, right? Yeah, this is a bit too lame. It's disappointing.
Watch out! Crack droids! Surrender is optimal.
Gimme.
I love eating it! Whoa, whoa!
Yeah, these are the robots who, like... Remember there was that whole joke about how the robots, like, always had the same speech pattern. Yeah, what was that guy's name? One of the writers of the Nickelodeon. Was it Brandon Auman, who I think was a writer on the Avatar series, or was that somebody else? On the Airbender show. I forgot who the... Yes, Aaron. That was Aaron Ehas, I think it was called. Who wound up on that Dragon Prince show that I still haven't seen.
Keep 'em coming.
Yeah, I picked up a thing. Okay, yeah. So I guess I threw the igloo. Don't know what it was I picked up. The music might be okay. I might have to sample it a bit later. Again, the whack frame rate is kind of weird. But for a game like this, it'll do the job. I mean, obviously, Turtles in Time... Obviously, what is it? Shredder's Revenge is running at 60. Okay, it's unlocked the, assistant. But again, these things are just screen clearing. They're just another kind of screen clearing bomb. So I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah, it's like knocking off the, what do you call it? The parking meter. So it's a nice trick. Mild interactive elements here. Again, it's 2024. You should have added way more to this, but like it just feels like you know, bog standard. So it's a rental. So you can attack the Krangs when they leave the cybernetic bodies. Again, these Terminator bodies are a nice touch. So you got like Matrix enemies, you know, you have Matrix enemies like you have the Agent Smiths, you got the Terminators with the Krang bodies. Like, it's a nice touch. I do appreciate that stuff. 2 more continues. So is it 3 continues per level? So you get a few extra points if you slag the brains, I guess. Don't need that yet. Oh well, it's gonna be a waste. That just builds up my turtle power meter. That's fine.
Pizza! Well, more pizza, okay. But still, turtles are no match for turtle power.
There we go. So I think I performed the wrong attack there. I should not have grabbed the pizza right away, I don't think.
Awesome! I'm a superhero!
Get rid of that. Can't grab that.
Fantastic!
Too late. So I scrolled the screen too far. I can't grab it. So that was a big fat waste.
Surrender is optimal. Turtles are no match for
Yeah, I think part of the joke is that these characters had like Mojo Jojo speech patterns, if I recall, something like that. Again, the kind of light touch that you didn't really get in the old series. So props. You added lots of nice touches to this show. So I appreciate that.
You need a timeout. Turtles cannot win.
I want to say most of the scripts in the old series tended to be situational, whereas a lot of the humor in this show tended to be contextual, as I recall.
The last of me, Turtles.
Let's
Hold
see
on.
if your mechanical legs can handle the fight.
Dodge these.
Okay, turtle power, hit him.
Power.
Yep, broke him out of it. I like how the electricity comes out of his wooden bow. But anyway,
Kids?
worry about it later.
What are you doing? Here we go.
Careful.
Impressive.
Nope, should have dodged that. Yeah, I thought I was gonna dodge that.
Booyakasha! Hi-ya!
Annoying reptiles.
Careful.
Whoa!
You fools.
Ow! How'd he counter that?
Dodge these.
It's like every other boss in a Ninja Turtles arcade game. Especially in the arcade, they're just really cheap.
Here we go. Who has 2 robotic legs and loves to stomp turtles? Stomp, stomp,
Ow.
stomp. Annoying reptiles, you fools!
Ow.
Dodge these freaks! Hey, stop!
So I guess I'm moving faster when I'm flashing. Continue.
Rumble time!
Let's at least beat the boss.
We are one of a kind, you and I. That's all you've got, kids? Yummy! You fools!
Heads up. Ah. Bad.
Dodge these freaks! Here we go!
Heads up. Again, it just seems hard to dodge this stuff. Maybe I'm just being too sloppy. I can't tell.
What are you doing?
And he's down. Womp womp.
Take him down like a level 1 boss.
And that's funny because this is a video game.
Stop those known as the turtles.
Heads up.
Yeah, yeah. Cannot be stopped. Yeah.
Gimme.
Just what I needed.
Not charged up yet. Will be after this mob though. I can crank up the music a little bit. Ow. Turtle power. Gotta have a Krang, gotta have environmental hazard for Krang, right? Yeah. This is where, I guess this is where God of War got it from. Too bad he can only shoot in one direction at once. Yeah, and too bad he lost interest. Again, it's 2024, you know, try harder, you know what I mean? Don't settle for this. Again, they tried to make something a bit more ambitious when Mutant Mayhem came out. Or was it Mutants in Manhattan? What was it called? Mutants in Manhattan, whatever. The Platinum game came out. They tried, and they just gave up on it. So why bother? It's like just do the thing and don't deviate, right? Yeah, like, what was it? Yeah, Jeremy Parrish was reviewing the Ninja Turtles NES game back in '89, and apparently there was an interview where a developer said, like one of the designers said, yeah, because of the success of this game in America, Konami's corporate strategy changed. They wanted to make way more licensed games and more like by the numbers games. And they, like the kind of experimental game that Ninja Turtles was on the NES would never be made in the future. Or at least they're making fewer games like that. Because I guess the boys at corporate didn't want any more experimental side-scrolling action games anymore. Stick close. I mean, like I said, Ninja Turtles on the NES was not a bad game because it was trying to do something different. It was bad because the combat sucked and it was way too punishing. And the death penalty was way too harsh. And a lot of the exploration was just kind of really frustrating. So we'll grab that turtle power once we unleash this. So again, the reason I mentioned Arkham City and Shadow of Mordor is that those games aren't trying to be brawlers. They're like open world action games where the combat is part of the whole stew of action that they're offering. It's not just this for like 20. It's not this for like 20 hours. It's like, maybe you have to maybe you're exploring a world, but you have to avoid certain areas because they're too dangerous, or completing this area requires like some strategy you don't have because you can't get overwhelmed in those games. Oop, I lost the turtle power. I should have picked up the pizza earlier. Oh well. We can get fancier if we need to. Yeah, there are. Yeah, if you get grabbed, it's like in Ninja Turtles 2, I think you can be grabbed. That was in Ninja Turtles 1, as in the first Ninja Turtles arcade game, right? Go away. Good. Now what? There's Toka.
You should have minded
No, it's
your
Tiger
own
Claw. Never mind.
business. Now, face the consequences.
This is gonna be a brutal.
I don't remember his. I don't remember his deal.
I am a censor, and you are barely streets.
I'm in the middle of attacking you. Stop talking.
Wanted destruction. I love it.
Jump. Oh well.
Just what I need.
I think he got me. I mean, I want to say at this point, Shredder's Revenge is cheaper, so you might as well just play that. This is for people who who've already played that, just want more melee fighting, I guess. More couch co-op melee fighting. Which is probably the other reason you don't want to be really imaginative, because if you can just make a bunch of these 4-player couch co-op games and people know what to expect, why be creative? There we go. Hold on. Yeah. So the jump kick knocks me to the ground. This'll kill him. We'll do a bit more damage. And he's down. So the music is kind of subdued.
Just get it done. Time for me to bring the pain.
So can we end the video here? Because I did most of the stages, so we'll come back later and finish it up, I guess. But I mean, yeah, I mean this is fine, I guess. We're in the C tier, nothing extraordinary, nothing awful, but like the Ninja Turtles arcade games weren't amazing either, but I get it. Again, I feel the need to be fair here and like take the nostalgia out of the equation and just say, yes, is this honestly a better game than the arcade games? Like, is it worse? Like, it's no better than any of the other arcade games, I would argue. So, can we go back and come back? I think we can come back later, yeah. So we'll do this normal one later. We can delete this one. So we'll do the New York and Dimension X areas, and then we'll end the video playlist. But this one seems like whatever. Meh. So I recorded this with my Turtle Beach headset, plugged, oddly appropriate, plugged into this gamepad on the PlayStation 4. So now this thing feels like whatever. It might be fine, but yeah, it sounds like a rental. So if you got this to the library, you can get it out of your system. I still have a couple of PlayStation 3 games I need to pull out, so we'll get to that later. I'll let the music play us out. But this music isn't amazing. This theme song wasn't amazing, but some of the music in this game is not bad. So this is Ninja Turtles, Nickelodeon's Ninja Turtles Arcade, Wrath of the Mutants, on the PlayStation 4. Video number 1.